Hello, my food lovers. I'm Abigail Munalula. I am your new host for What's Cooking, and I'm so excited. I don't know if you guys can tell. Today is such a special episode to me. It's so close to my heart because today marks the first day of my journey that I'm starting with you guys on What's Cooking. But not just that, one of my very good friends is going to be the guest today. And he's been on the show before. So we're going to find out what he's been up to, get some updates, I hope you can tell by the background what is going to be happening. It looks very aesthetic in here. So stay tuned. So guys, this special guest of today, he was on the show before, like I mentioned, and today we're in his kitchen. He brought us in so we could get to know him a little bit more because he does love food apart from art. So here we are, and this guest is also a very good friend of mine. So I can't wait to have fun with him today. Come on in, Karel.
Hello.
Hi, friend.
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
It's nice to have you guys here.
It's so nice. It's interesting, you guys, knowing each other off screen and then coming on camera. It's like, oh, guys.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
It's actually cool to do this.
Yeah, it's super cool. But yes, Karel, tell them who you are. Who are you?
So I'm Karel Schickerling, and I am a visual artist. I love anything creative, whether it's music, whether it's photography, videography, even cooking, and most of all painting.
What are you making for us today?
So yeah, we are making a butternut and beetroot quiche.
Delicious.
And yeah, the ingredients are here. We're going to use some onions, bacon, butternut, cheese, and beetroot.
Awesome. I'm very excited for that one. I feel like this meal is going to be very colorful. So
like it should be.
Like it should be, right?
Okay. You eat with your eyes, they say first.
I love that.
So if the food looks good, it will taste better as well.
I love that. But let's start. What do we start with then?
So we will start to peel everything.
Okay.
I have to say that's my least favorite part of cooking. Let me just get
Same.
bowls for us.
Same. Okay. I'll just be removing these.
And just put all the ingredients in the bowls and we're done. And then you have a knife, I have a knife.
Yes, colorful knives.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Yeah, I think color has also rubbed off on my whole family. Even if you go to my mom's kitchen, you'll notice that everything is in color.
Right.
We love color. So maybe we can start, you can start with the beetroot or the onion, it doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm just removing everything.
Yeah, we can move this
so
to
that
the
I think, yeah.
And then I'll just cut this.
Okay, great. But now, Karel, I'm curious, like, what inspired your journey, like starting with painting and all of these things? What really inspired you? Because a lot of the times when, as artists, we know that we like doing doing something, but we don't start. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, something needs to happen.
That moment, yes, inciting incident, as it's called in film, right?
It's an easy question, but at the same time, it's a bit difficult. Because I'm turning 30 this year, so it's been a journey. So if I have to, I'll mention like a few things. So I did arts in high school, and it was one of those things I changed from art from computer studies. I think the first day I stepped into art class, it was kind of one of those. I always speak about like a aha moment or like where your stomach kind of drops and then you just realize this is something that I have to do. And I believe we all come into this world with God-given talents that the Lord like hand out to us.
That's true.
And if you're lucky enough, you will discover that in your life. I mean, I think it's just so much better because then you kind of know in a way what you have to do in order to reach other people and to make friends. And for me, art is that. So I realized that in high school already. And then later on in life, when I studied film, my main subject was production design. And then that kind of took art to a bigger platform for me. And I realized, I can actually do something with my talent. And then film kind of ended for me just because of circumstances. And then I kind of also went through a really difficult experience in my life where I lost a girlfriend to cancer. And I think that was like the final push towards pursuing art as a living. And at first I just did it almost like to feel better, because when art is like an outlet, and instead of like running to something, like you can run to anything when you go through stuff, but luckily art was there, like just waiting for me. And then I actually spoke about this to someone the other day, and then when I said it out loud, I realized in that moment, I realized it was the first time in my life where I wanted to do art, and where I didn't have to do it. Like in school, we had to do it, and in university, we had to do it. But for the first time, I wanted to do it, and I think when that happened, it was just so beautiful, and it came from my heart.
Wow. And I must say, I can really see that it's been consistent, because I think you've been very consistent with having these paint and sip classes and in everything you do, even your music. I've been seeing that consistency. Do you want to share a bit more about your music?
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, art comes in different forms, and music was something that I also did as a kid. Also in high school, I had classes where I got the training, and the more you do it, also the more comfortable you get. And then also in university, we had like a little theater, and then once a month we had these open mic nights. And so it was also something that was like a hobby and a passion of mine to sing. I mean, the first time I sang in a public space was when I was 5 years old with my grandfather. We did like a Christmas show on the radio. And that was the first time where, I loved it. And so a lot of things happened. When I finished studying, there was this competition called The Voice of Namibia, and I entered that. And that also opened up different doors, which led to like performing at school functions and also just markets and places where it gave me the opportunity to share my gift of singing as well.
Yes.
So I really love singing. Because of the art, my singing has actually been a bit quiet. But there's a few things that's coming this year where I will sing again. And that really inspires me, because I really want to start to write music as well.
Yes.
So, and I would love to write other people. It's like to collaborate with other artists. Because I think Namibia's music industry is so beautiful, because there's so many young people that enjoy music, and I think if we can collaborate, it would be amazing.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I don't know what I'm doing.
That is so...
because of...
And it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter that we don't know what we're doing.
I think men
just
struggle
going
to
about
multitask.
it.
I think that's what it is.
I get that.
Nothing against
But-
men.
You know what? I have a plan. We're gonna hide behind the camera right now, and we will find you guys again when things look beautiful after this break.
Yes.
contemplative
Contemplative.
state
No,
pose.
what are we doing?
That doesn't look like it. Looks like you have a boil on your head. But welcome, guys. We've clearly been having a lot of fun in the kitchen, and now we're just filling these up with the filling.
And the filling is
Filling
ready.
it up with a filling is what we do.
So if you want to have a look here, it looks delicious.
It smells divine.
So all that we're going to do now, also while we were away, we mixed the eggs and the milk, which is like the binding
The bond, the
product
glue.
for our quiche.
Yes.
So now, while Abigail
is buttering the
buttering our pans, we are going to add our filling. So this is now our bacon, our onion, our
all the
beetroots,
ingredients.
and we put some lovely spices in there.
Yes.
Some thyme,
Some
some parsley.
I wonder how many people say thyme or thyme. Thyme.
I think
The
if
herb.
you're Afrikaans, if you have
What do they
Afrikaans
say?
background,
Yeah, what do they say?
I would, so in Afrikaans we say timi. Timi.
No.
Timi.
Timmy.
Yeah.
That's
And then
that sounds
just-
illegal.
okay.
That's different.
you don't have to do all of those.
Okay.
And then you can leave that one. I don't
This
think
one?
we don't need
Okay.
it. You want to continue here? Then you just.
You're trusting me.
I'm trusting you. I mean,
I've butter all
we've
over my
been
hands.
friends for 3 years. Do you realize that? It's a
Wow.
long time.
Anniversary.
It's a long time.
It's a long time. I think it's about time for an anniversary gift for me.
Yeah, true. So even if you don't fill all of those, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Take some out
look-
because we're still going to put cheese over it.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, so now.
But
Yes.
I do want to ask you questions. I'm nosy.
True.
I
Yes, get
think
too
they want to
passionate,
know.
so
He gets so passionate. That's why he's perfect. He's perfect on the show.
I feel like the guy from Ratatouille.
Oh
know the movie about
yes,
the
Ratatouille.
rat, the
Perfect.
chef?
Very
I mean-
beautiful.
Yeah, you can finish there.
Okay. But listen, I want to ask you, and I think the viewers want to know, right?
Yes.
What's an update? What's been happening? Any new developments?
Yeah, so the newest development with my art classes is this year I started with art classes for kids as well.
I did
Because
not know that.
children is our future. They are future
Wow.
generation of our country. And I think if a child starts with arts at a young age, it teaches you, like, I would say coping mechanisms, like
Wow.
to be calm when you go through something stressful. And that's what art taught me, is to be calm, to think. And it's also just such a thing to develop the brain. And so if you start early, it helps with brain development.
Yes.
So yeah, and then also I did an art exhibition last year towards the end, which was just such an amazing thing to show what I've been doing throughout the year. You can continue with it if you want to.
I'll sprinkle
Let's
this.
sprinkle
My
the
hands are
cheese, yeah.
messy enough
You can wipe
to
it here
just.
if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah,
There
so
we
I
go. Thank
love, like usually artists, they just paint and no one ever gets to see their work.
That is so true.
If you look to like the old artists, like the Michelangelo, Vincent van Gogh, all those people, their work only got famous, like most of them, when they passed away. So it's
Oh,
important
my.
while you are still on this planet to show what you do, and to not just keep it for yourself. And I think what I also did was I also opened up the exhibition for my students. So for them, they could see, their families could come and celebrate what they did throughout the year.
Yes.
So yeah, if you guys want to do,
Wow.
if you have friends or for our viewers that have friends who have kids that want to come and do art classes, please contact me. I would love to welcome your kids
Yes.
to art classes by Karel. I recently changed my
Beautiful.
handle, if you guys would
I was
remember.
about to ask. I was about to ask.
It's
for
also a
them.
personal thing where, I just didn't feel like Karel Cut anymore.
Is it?
Yeah, and I think it's also important to go by the name that you were given. And I think it's like I am Karel Schickerling, and I would like to be known as Karel Schickerling and not a name that's not mine, if you know what I mean.
I do get
So
that.
now I'm just Art Classes by Karel or Paint and Sip with Karel. You can find that on the socials.
So you say that again for us?
Art Classes by Karel, and on Instagram you always get the handle and the name, and then the other one is Paint and Sip. So also, which is interesting, is if you type now in Art Classes or Paint and Sip, I will always pop up.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Yeah, we're done
Well,
here.
that's super exciting. That is a huge change.
Yeah.
So that's definitely, it's interesting to learn that. I think something that we're learning here is also that, you know, you grow as a person, you evolve, and it's beautiful to see that aspect of who you are, how you identify.
Yeah, I
it's
just
beautiful.
think I've gone through so many like things in life where I've struggled with almost like fitting in, like with identity, and I realized that the name that you are given, if you look into like what the meaning of the name means, like it sometimes has this like strong meaning, and my name actually means like strength and like man of God, and
Wow.
I didn't realize that, and that's why it's important for me to be called on my name and not something that doesn't have meaning. So
That's really beautiful. I think you guys will also find that very inspirational.
yeah,
Your art is a huge part of your identity, right?
definitely.
Yeah. So
Are we ready
these
to
are
put
looking
these babies in the
good.
oven? Should we show them?
Yes,
Okay.
let us
That one
show
is a bit
them.
wiggly, so maybe we'll just do this one now.
Yeah. Ta-da! You did all the work, but ta-da!
Ta-da! You deserve a high five as well.
Thank you. I love that participation trophy.
Team effort. Yeah.
Okay, so let's pop these
So
in the
put these
oven.
in the oven and then
And
we'll be
we'll
back.
be right back, yeah. Welcome back, you guys. As you can see, we have changed our setup. We're now in Karel's painting studio.
Yeah.
Very exciting. I was waiting for this part all the time. But also the food is part of my favorite. I have two favorites. It's the painting and the food, all in one. But now we're going to be painting, and that was a surprise I was keeping from you guys. But also, we do have the food ready here, and I can't wait to hear what you think of the quiche.
Should we zoom in on this? To
Here
see
you
how
go. Proud, proud. There you
fantastic.
go.
What a
I'm
picture.
very excited about this. Look at that, the plating. It's all about presentation, right? I think I'll keep mine here so I keep it neat.
I think this is like
Ready?
bite size as well. We could. Should we go?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna just cut mine off because I'm acting.
I'm gonna wait for you so that
I'm being appropriate on camera.
we get the bite together.
Okay. There we go.
1.
1, 2,
Cheers.
3. Cheers.
It's amazing. I love it. What do you think?
10 out of 10.
Should people make this at
Oh
home?
my gosh. Every day for breakfast.
Sure.
This is so good and it's so healthy, you guys.
It actually turned out better than I thought.
Right? Oh my
So
word, that's
we added a
amazing.
little bit too much cheese. So if you want it healthier, take away the cheese. Use
It's a-
mozzarella.
Yeah, it's a very, I think that's
Quite
why I
cool.
love it
I'm
so
gonna use my
much.
hands this
Right?
time.
Cheese galore. But yeah, I think I'm gonna continue this in a bit. But before
Really
that,
tasty.
Karel and myself are painting this, and
So it's Women's Day coming up.
that's right. It was. It
was.
just happened, huh?
I missed it.
We're so excited.
Whoops.
So we are painting a lovely woman, right?
Yeah.
Very excited for this one. Our reference picture is this one. she's wearing red. She's powerful, you know. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna join in here.
You can start with the red dress, friend. I'm gonna put the red paint for you there.
Oh yes, I'm excited about that red
So
dress.
as you can see, usually when I do my classes, I don't want to put people in like a box. So I want them to explore and be free. So I give them advice because I want them to experience it themselves, like almost like find your inner artist in a way.
Yes.
So for example, I will tell them you can see the shadow there underneath the dress.
Yes.
So for that we'll use the darkest shade of red here, and then you can cover these parts with the normal red. And you're doing it so nicely.
I get it. Thank you.
And then I'll just continue with the skin color. She has a nice, like, rich,
like the
almost
desert,
like a soil. It reminds me of the
Namibian desert.
Namibian desert, yeah.
Beautiful.
And
But speaking of that, you know, I'm curious. Who is your muse usually?
oh,
when
that's
you
a
paint?
great question.
One thing I would say identify in Karel's art is he loves to paint people. Apart from nature, farmhouses, he really loves nature, farmhouses. See, I've been paying attention.
And flowers.
And
I love
flowers. And so, but I saw that he loves people. I was curious about who is your muse usually that's inspiring you?
Yeah, so my muse, my inspiration, my mentor, it's all one person.
Wow.
Porchy. So Porchy is a South African-based artist. He stays in Stellenbosch. You guys should go check out his work. Just Porchy, so P-O-R-T-C-H-I-E. And he's been painting probably for more than 50 years. Or about 50 years. He just turned 60 2 years ago.
Are you serious?
So he's one of the most famous South African artists. And what makes him so successful is he stays ahead of the game. So he keeps on reinventing himself to stay current. Because I think it's important as an artist to reinvent yourself, because there's so many new and upcoming people that you have to stay current. Yeah, I'm saying current. But that's true. And why I love him is he just taught me how to use color.
Wow.
Because as a kid, I was always afraid to use color, so I would never be painting something like this.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I always use black and white, so like monochromatic. So I would only use black and white paints and create my paintings. So then you get the dark and the light. And I did not realize that you can create the same effect with color. Some colors appear darker. Some, if you look at colors are either warm or cold. And that's how you create like mood and like tone and the emotion in a painting. And that's what I learned from Porchy. Like, just like if you're happy, like when I'm happy, I love painting with color. But if I'm really sad, you'll see my paintings even be more colorful. So if you see me painting very bright and like colorful, then you know I must be a little bit sad. And I mean that's a nice, because then I tend to reach for light and color if I'm not feeling well, and then I feel better. And
that's beautiful.
just to see how, because that's how it makes you feel. Like I love looking at something like happy and bright, and even red. I think red is one of my favorite colors, combined with yellow, because it just like screams joy and happiness. And that's what I love to convey with my paintings.
Yes, and I really see that is so beautiful to know. In my journey, when I started with Karel as well, I'd played a bit, we'd painted together, he'd teach me
you
at
were
the
my
paint and
assistant.
sips.
You were a great help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so honored for that role. But I also came out of my shell, so I'm just thinking about the children and how they will get to really, they will get to play. And you talked about therapy.
And that, I'm so happy you're using that word, because that's what painting is. It's playing. And I think it's so important for adults to still play while they're growing up.
Yeah.
And every time I've given like a class to a child, I learn so much from them, because they don't care. They don't have preconceived thoughts when they paint. They just do it. And that is something that we can learn from kids, is to not care, to just literally paint what's coming to your mind.
I love that, friend.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful to hear all of this. But oh my goodness, we think that it's so exciting to hear all about this, but we will go off screen, finish this off, and yeah. It's so sad that this episode has to come to an end because I had so much fun. Lucas is so relaxed as well.
Yeah. And you'll meet Lucas in person.
That's right, if you come for
He's always here lying by our feet when we paint. He's like
he
nice.
chills with. But yeah, guys, do not forget to catch us on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25. And also you can find us on oneup2.com and YouTube. Yeah, YouTube, you find our episodes there. Check out our BTS on Instagram. A lot of goofy, fun things happening that side.
And well done, friend. This was your first episode. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Too many more exciting
more.
cooking shows. You should have had a glass of champagne or something.
I don't know. Is it a fist bump?
Oh no, we'll just pretend like we have a glass of champagne.
Or quiche.
Or quiches.
But thank you so much for watching, guys. Until next time, I'll see you next week, Sunday. Lots of love.
Bye-bye.
Bye.